Hi everyone, welcome to my creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome today. This will be my last live before Christmas, before the new year. And so I hope that I have a few of you jumping on and it'll be great to have you here. Now, if you're watching live, you will see the red live button up the top there. So you'll know that you're live with me. If you're watching the replay later, thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for visiting my YouTube channel, and feel free to subscribe there if you like my videos, and click on the bell icon while you're there so that you'll be notified of all the new videos that I upload. All right, so while everyone is jumping on, I'll bring this up on my iPad so that I can see all of your comments there. So just bear with me for a moment. There we go. Okay, great. All right, I can see all of your comments there now. Hey Matthew, how you going? Great to have you. Watching from Glen Innes. Lovely. Good to have you. And Roz is here as well. Hey Roz, how you going? Great to have you here. So we have only got a few more days, well, a couple more days now till Christmas, haven't we? How's everyone going? Are you all ready? Have you got everything wrapped? Got all your cards sent out? I have to admit, I've got a few more cards still to go out today. So those ones are probably not going to be received in time for Christmas, but that's okay. It'll extend Christmas a little bit into next week when they receive it, won't it? Matthew says he's good and he's staying with parents for Christmas. Oh, lovely. I hope you have a beautiful Christmas, Matthew. So I have got some new product to show you again today. We're going to be creating with something new today. And before we get on to that though, let me just share with you a couple of things. So if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia that you're working with, and you would like to get a copy of our brand new catalogue. Now the products in the mini catalogue here are going to be available from the 4th of January for customers. Demonstrators can get them now. So I just had another delivery today, which I haven't opened yet. So I might film an unboxing and post that at some stage over the next couple of weeks while I'm having a bit of time off, so that you can see some of the brand new products that are coming up in this catalogue. So you can start your wish list. Now, not only that, but we do have the fantastic celebration promotion also starting on the 4th of January, and this will run until the end of February. Now with celebration, if you're not familiar with celebration, during that time, 4th of January to the 28th of February, with any $90 purchase, or with every $90 purchase, you get to choose a free product from the celebration brochure, which is super exciting. And that can be, when you do your order, it can be anything that is current. So it can be from the mini catalogue, the annual catalogue, any of the kits collection, or anything else that's there on the online store. So yeah, so great time to get some freebies during celebration. Now, not only that, there's a couple of other specials I'll just tell you quickly about during celebration. Now, if you love Stampin' Up! And you have a wish list, then during celebration is a great time to join my team, and you can get all the same benefits as a customer, plus you get additional benefits as being a demonstrator, and you'll get 20% off your products once you've joined. Now, during celebration, if you join Stampin' Up!, you get to choose, so you only pay $169, but you choose $235 worth of product in your starter kit. Plus, when you do that, you get free shipping. Okay, so that's the standard, but if you join during celebration, you get to choose, on top of that, 2 free stamp sets. So any of the stamp sets in any of the current catalogs, you can choose them for free. So you can choose the most expensive one if you want to, or a couple of the most expensive ones if you want to, if they're the ones that you like. But yeah, you can join during celebration and get 2 free stamp sets on top of your the $66 worth of free product in your starter kit. So be sure to check that out. Now, if you've got more questions about joining Stampin' Up and joining my team, the Precious Papercraft Gems, then please let me know, and I would love to have a chat with you about that, answer any of your questions. And so just get in contact with me either via message, so you can send me a Facebook message. There's a message button at the bottom of my business page here where you're watching this video. If you're watching on my YouTube channel, I will put some links below, so you'll be able to click on those and go through to contact me. So you can either send me a message or send me an email. Either of those ways are fine, or you can send me a text message or give me a call. That would be awesome as well. All right. Now the other thing is too, there is if you would like to gather together some friends virtually and host a online party during celebration, there is also a host set that is available. Now, I can't show you the inside of the catalogue just yet, and I don't have the host set myself yet. I'm planning to get that next month, but it is beautiful, and you can get that absolutely free if you collect some orders from your friends, or, as I said, host a workshop and your orders go over $500, so you can get a free stamp set that way as well. So there's lots of different ways of getting freebies during celebration, by shopping, joining, or hosting. So let me know if any of those things are of interest to you. And if you need catalogues, let me know, and I'd love to send them out to you for those of you that are here in Australia and don't already have a demonstrator that you're working with. Alrighty. So let me just remind you as well, or firstly, I'll tell you today is the last day that I am doing a Facebook Live before the new year. I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off. I'm going to take about a week and a half off, and I'll be back with you on the 3rd of January. Now, if there's anything super urgent, then you can still send me a message. I will be checking them every so often. And I'll be able to help you. I might just not get back to you straight away as I normally do. So just bear with me while I take a little break. I haven't had a break for 12 months. So yeah, it's time to have a little downtime. Hi Megan, how you going? Great to have you here. I'm just catching up with the comments now. Hey Robin, good morning. Great to have you here as well. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies. It's good to have you here. So I was going to share with you a few Christmas cards that I received, handmade Christmas cards that I received in the last few days. Oh, I shared some over on Monday. But there was one that I missed sharing, which was one from one of my beautiful team members, Chitska. And Chitska has made this gorgeous Christmas card here. Isn't that beautiful? So thank you so much, Chitska, for your beautiful card. Very, very pretty. And she's used the curvy dies. They're retired now, but a lot of you probably still have those. They were very popular when they were available. And yeah, and she's used those to create the curve there and the coordinating stamp set as well that went with them. So really beautiful. Thank you, Chitska. I just received a couple more in the post today. This one is from my lovely friend Leonie. Leonie is also a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Australia, and this is one of the gorgeous little kit cards. I love these. These are so cute, these little elves. So I'm glad that I received one of those for Christmas this year too, because now I can display that over on my out on my shelf where I've got all my Christmas cards. Thank you so much, Leonie. I love this kit. It's a really cute kit. And then I received this gorgeous card from my beautiful friend Wendy and her husband Alan. And look at this one. Isn't that just beautiful? Thank you so much, Wendy. That is gorgeous. Love it. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. So thank you so much, everyone, for your beautiful cards. I've got some other of my handmade Christmas cards up here, but I will be moving them out to my buffet with all of the other Christmas cards as well, so I can display them out there for everyone, not just for myself in the craft room. I do love looking at them though. So thank you all so much for your beautiful Christmas cards. Oh, Megan still hasn't made or sent your cards, Megan. Oh, wow, you've got a couple more days. Maybe they'll have to be New Year's cards. That's all right. I've actually got a few more. Most of mine have gone out. I've got just a handful left to complete today and get in the post today, which probably won't be received until next week. So we can extend everyone's Christmas. Now, something else exciting I'm going to tell you about actually when I tip the camera down, because I've got some images to show. Well, actually, I can probably hold them up and show you. We have got a brand new product that just released a day or two ago. Just found out about that. I can't remember. Oh, I think it was yesterday actually, or late Tuesday night. I posted about it yesterday, and it's one that we have been waiting for, and it was held up in the all the shipping delays with the global shipping crisis. It is the Hope Box from Paper Pumpkin, and these projects are just beautiful. Look at those. So in the kit, you get enough products to create 9 beautiful cards, and that's the finished products there, or the finished cards there. Plus you get the coordinating envelopes, which are beautiful, and you get this special box that you can decorate as well. So it comes with additional pieces in the kit to be able to create that box. Now let me just tell you, this is a very special one with contemporary and bright colored palette. I'm just reading from what we were told about the kit. I typed that out so that I could remember to tell you. The butterfly imagery and inspirational sentiments are sure to be the inspirational gift your loved ones will appreciate. This particular box was inspired and made from the heart from the Stampin' Up co-founder, Shelley Gardner. And Shelley helped to create this kit, and Shelley makes beautiful, beautiful projects, I should say. And so you always know whenever she's had a hand in developing a kit, you know it's going to be beautiful. So Shelley wanted to create a kit full of hope, comfort and connection, and so that's what you'll find in this kit. So in the kit you get the I've got another image here to show you all of the things that you get in the kit. So here we go. You get the photopolymer stamp set. You get a Blackberry Bliss classic Stampin' spot. You get all the printed card bases for, actually which one is the card bases? I think that is these ones over here. Get all the card bases. You get, so it's for 9 cards. You get 9 printed envelopes. You get all the die cut labels. You get printed die cuts, adhesive back sequins, ribbon, adhesive dots, and dimensionals. So there you go. See all those? Aren't they beautiful? And I've got an image here of the stamp set too. And this stamp set has got some beautiful sentiments in it as well. Aren't they gorgeous? As well as the beautiful butterflies and some florals, even a splatter. I love a good splatter stamp. Aren't they gorgeous? So yeah, so look out for that one. So we've got coordinating colors of Bermuda Bay. I love all these colors, they're gorgeous. Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Melon Mambo, Petal Pink, Pool Party, and Poppy Parade. So everything you need is in the kit. The only thing that's not in the kit is a clear block to mount your stamps on. So you will need a D size block. Now if you've got any of our Kits collection kits, they all come with a small D block. Not one of our ergonomic blocks, they come with a slightly thinner block, but if you've got one of those, then that will work as well with these stamps. So, but if you don't, then just remember to pop a D block into your kit, and you can, or into your order, and you can find those under the tools section in my online store or in the annual catalogue under tools. So there you go. So yeah, really beautiful. Now the card sizes, if you're wondering, because people often ask what size are the cards, they're full size cards. They are 10.8 by 14 centimeters, and that converts to 4¼ inches by 5½ inches. and the envelopes are 11.4 by 14.6 centimeters, which is 4.5 inches by 5.75 inches. There you go. So I'll give you the item code for that because I haven't ordered mine yet, because I only found out about it the day after I just placed an order. So I'll be ordering mine for the new year. Well, actually, maybe for this break, I might pop an order in and get it for the break so that I can have a little play during my time off. But the item code for this, have you got a pen? Are you ready? I'll give you the item code so you can write it down. It is 158541. I'll read that out again. So that's item code 158541, and that kit is $37 here in Australia, or if you're watching from New Zealand, it's $44 in New Zealand. So $37 here in Australia for that beautiful, beautiful kit. And there's those images again. So check that one out. That is beautiful. They would make a gorgeous gift as well. And especially going into the new year, you know, those gifts of hope are really going to be really, really important. And yeah, something really lovely that we can pass on to other people. So there you go. Alrighty. Now, before I tip the camera down, we've got a special little guest today. I thought that everybody would like a little visitor today. I've had a few questions lately and inquiries about our little puppy Callie. So I thought I'd bring her online today. And she's looking beautiful because she just got groomed yesterday. So she's actually snoozing at the moment. Hang on a second, I'll get her. Callie, do you want to come and say hello? Come. Come on, come and say hello to everyone. Yeah, come and say hello to everybody. Here she is. Here's our little Callie. Let's tip the camera down. Oh, you don't want to say hello? Come here. Come here. Come here. Look, Mummy hold you. There you go. There you go. Do you want to say hello? Or you just want to give Mummy kisses? Okay. She's got her cute little Christmas bow on today. She had a groom yesterday, so she's all washed and trimmed and looking lovely, aren't you? Yeah. You got a bit of a squishy face. You just had a little sleep, didn't you? Oh, pardon you. You're right. There you go. Say hi everyone. She's doing really well. She's recovered well now after her surgery and her allergic reaction and all of that. And she's giving Mummy lots of kisses. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Did you say hello to everybody? Or you're too tired? Hey? Oh, you're tired. But she's doing really well. So thank you all, everybody, so much for your inquiries about Callie. After her surgery and everything, she's doing really well. She's back to normal now. So she's, yeah, she's been doing really good. And, oh, you're right. Okay, you want to go back to bed? You want to go back to bed? Yeah? Or you want to go out with the girls? You want to go to the girls? Yeah? I'll go and pass her out to my girls and they can look after her just so that she stays settled while we're creating, so that she doesn't interrupt our crafting time. So yes, thank you for kisses. Thank you. I'll just, one moment, I'll just pop her out to my girls at the door and I'll be right back with you. Okay, here we go. You ready? Yeah, you're gonna go find the girls. Are you there, girls? There we go. Here you go. She was asleep, so she's very tired. Okay, so she can have a little rest out there while we create. So let me just clean my hands there, even though she's clean. She's been licking me. Let me make sure my hands are clean. So there you go. So she's all ready for Christmas. She's had her hair cut and she's all clean and beautiful, ready for Christmas. How do you like my new Christmas earrings? Aren't these super cute? These were given to me by a friend of mine who has her own little business as well. And her business, if you're looking for her, she works with resin, and she does a lot of resin work. She does beautiful, beautiful resin work. Her business is called Briley Hollow, so that's BRIERLEY Hollow, Briley Hollow. And Ali makes such beautiful things. Check her out. She's got a Facebook page. So check her out if you are looking for something special for somebody. And, oh, excuse my, I'm hot. It's really hot in here. I'm all shiny. I'm so hot. But yeah, Ali gave these to me as a little thank you gift. And so I thought I'd wear them today for our Facebook Live because I hadn't worn them yet. I was sort of saving them for Christmas Day, but I thought I'll wear them today. So there we go. So we're festive. We've got some contemporary colors here though for Christmas, a little bit different. So there you go. But yeah, definitely check out her business. She makes beautiful things. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed seeing Callie. Okay, so let me just catch up on some comments here. Who have we got? Oh, Angie's here too. Hey, Angie, how you going? Great to see you. Hi, Robin. Great to have you here too. Oh, thank you so much, Megan. Megan has posted up the code, the ordering code for the Paper Pumpkin, the Hope Box Paper Pumpkin Kit, which is available right now. So thanks so much for popping that up for me, Megan. Oh, Robin said Callie is so cute. Megan said she's cute too. Yes, she is a mama's girl, Robin. Yes, she is. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed seeing her. And Robin loves my earrings. Thank you. Yeah. How are your puppies going, Megan? Oh, your puppy. You've got one little puppy, haven't you? I forget his name. Basil? Is it Basil? Your doggy? Is it Basil? I'm trying to remember. Was that somebody else's? I can't remember now. So many puppies. All right, so what I'll do is I will pop the camera down onto my desktop so we can get creating, and I'll show you what we're going to be making today. All right, so bear with me for one moment. I'm going to cover up the camera and I'll get that ready for you. Oh, you've got two, Frank and Basil, and they're both good, thank you. Oh, there you go. At first I said two, and then I second guessed myself and thought, no, she's only got one, but at least I remembered one of their names, Basil. Oh, that's good. All right, let's just readjust this camera for you. I'll get that all ready down on the desktop. Okay, see how straight I can get that today. Oh, hang on a minute, that's not straight. That's... All right, I'll take that off and we'll see. I can do some adjusting as needed. Put the lights down too. And we'll just tweak that a tad. Is that the right way? Did I go the right way or the wrong way? I always think that I'm turning it the right way and then it turns out to be the wrong way. Oh no, that's good. Fantastic. All right. So if you are looking for that Hope kit, Hope box, I should say, by Paper Pumpkin, you can go to my online store, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, and it's available right now. Here's the imagery again. So you can go to my blog, and up the top of my blog you'll find a shop button. So you can click on that shop button. That'll take you through to my online store, and you'll find the Hope box under the What's New tab. So if you go to What's New, or you can put that code, the product code that I gave you and that Megan posted here in the comments, you can pop that straight into the search icon, which you'll find is a little like magnifying glass up on the top right hand side, and it'll take you straight through to that product. If you're shopping with me during December 2021, be sure to use my host code. All orders over $50 will receive a thank you gift from me. If your order is under $50, you will still receive a lovely thank you card. So be sure to use my host code. Alrighty. So let me show you what we're going to be playing with today. We're going to be playing with the beautiful Sentimental Swirl stamp set. This stamp set, and I'll just move that up a little bit. This stamp set was a $1 million stamp set by Pootles. If you've heard of Pootles, if you've been crafting online and you've heard of Pootles, or Sam Donald Hammond, then this is the stamp set that she created in collaboration with Stampin' Up! For her $1 million, to recognize her $1 million in sales. So I love this because you've got all these little pieces that you can put together with this swirl to make a beautiful, beautiful card. Now we are doing a very neutral palette today, and you can really change that up, make it very colorful. So much you can do with this stamp set. Now some of these stamps also coordinate with one of our current punches, which is this one here. Oh, I haven't got this one labeled with my stickers, I just realized, because this is one of the more recent ones that I purchased. I'll find out the name for this one from the catalog for you. Hang on 2 secs. I don't remember the name of that one, but that one, this stamp set, this punch, sorry, is from the annual catalog, but this stamp set is coming out in the new mini catalog. So let me just find the name of this punch because I can't remember it. This one is the Flowers and Leaves punch. This one, so that is 155373. That's the item code, 155373, Flowers and Leaves. Yeah, and it'll punch out the large flower and the leaves there. And the images on the front here are shown at 90%, just so they can all be fit onto the front of the cover here, but the stamps are a little bit bigger than that, as you'll see when we go to use them. But yeah, it's great that it coordinates with one of our current punches. So the Sentimental Swirl is going to be found in the mini catalog. It's a standalone stamp set, although it does coordinate with the punch. It is a standalone stamp set that you can just purchase on its own, and you'll be able to purchase this one from the 4th of January. Okay, so if you've got your pen there, I'll give you the code for this one so that you can write it down. If you like this one, you can pop it on your wish list, ready for the 4th of January when the catalog launches. It is 157996. Okay, so that's 157996. It's a photopolymer stamp set, so the stamps are clear. I've taken some out already that I'm using today. But yeah, these are great because you can see through them to line them up and add them to that big swirl. I'll show you how we're going to do that. And it's also a 2-step stamp. So you've got the outline, which you can just use on its own, or you can use the color fill stamp as well and stamp that inside it to color the inside of your stamps, or you might want to just use the outline and color them with a different coloring tool, such as your Stampin' Blend, Stampin' Write markers, watercolor pencils, or whatever. But I love that we can use our ink pads to do the coloring for us and make it so much quicker. So all of these images are 2-step. All of them, every single one of them are 2-step. And then you've got the swirls, you've got added swirls there that you can add on if you want some additional swirls, and some lovely sentiments for different occasions. So that's what we're going to be creating. Now we've also got a couple of additional products we're using just for our added embellishing, but we're going to keep it fairly simple today. We're using the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. We're going to use a little bit of the Crumb Cake, which one is it? This one, the Crumb Cake Twine out of this one. This is great because it's got 5 different colors. So you've got basic white, very vanilla, smoky slate, crumb cake, and basic black. So I love that one. Really handy. I use that one a fair bit. And we're going to be using some of our Rhinestone basic jewels. I love these. These are so versatile. You can use them on just about anything. And you can also color these with your Stampin' Blends to change the colors of them and coordinate them with your projects as well, if you have the coordinating Stampin' Blends colors. So we're adding those in. Okay, so we're going to be using 2 ink pads today. We're using Soft Suede and Crumb Cake. Ignore the color of my Crumb Cake label. It has faded, so the Crumb Cake ink isn't actually that color. You'll see what the true color is when we stamp it, but they're just the 2 colors we're using today, so nice and easy, and they're beautiful neutral palette colors. All right, so let me show you the card that we're going to be creating today. So we are creating this card today. This is just very neutral tones, as I said, neutral palettes, which I think is beautiful, but you can change it up and make it in different colors if you would like to. This design is actually based on a card that I created a few years ago now with an old stamp set that had a swirl in it and some florals as well. Quite different to this stamp set, but the same kind of thing. And so I based this design off that card that I had, and it turned out that I found that I still had a couple of kits for that old project that I had made years ago that I'd never used, and so I pulled them out and thought, beautiful, perfect time to use them. So that's the card that we're going to be creating. So let's go ahead and I will show you how to do that. Now we're also going to be doing the inside today, and we're also going to be creating the envelope today. Now normally I don't do that on my lives, I normally just do the outside, but it's so easy to create this card today. I thought, you know what, let's do the whole lot on my live today. So there we go. Megan said, she's talking about her puppies Frank and Basil. She said Frank is well behaved, people only remember Basil because he is super naughty. But he's still a puppy, isn't he, Megan? Basil, he's only still a young dog, isn't he? Matthew said that's the same with his cats. They have 3 cats, but everybody only remembers Harry because he's cheeky and a bit clumsy and an absolute buffy boy. Oh, cute. Oh, Robin said she's just gotten this stamp set. Perfect. Oh, no worries. That's okay, Robin. Hopefully you'll catch the replay later so that I might be able to give you some more ideas of using this stamp set. All right, okay, let's get on with our project. So I'm just going to pop my card up there, bring in all of my pieces. I've got all of the dimensions written for you as well, so that if you would like to recreate this card, you can. Okay, I'll give you all of those dimensions first, and then you'll know what you need. Oh, I've got an extra flower there. Okay, so we've got a very vanilla envelope. If you're not familiar with the Stampin' Up! Envelopes, if you've never purchased the Stampin' Up! Envelopes, you can get them in very vanilla and in white in a pack of 40. If you haven't used them, I highly suggest you buy a pack and try them out. They are beautiful. They're a lovely thick envelope, really sturdy envelope, great for our cards. They do have a sticky seal there. I use my aqua painter, my water painter I should say. I use my water painter to run along that, so that, you know, in these days of COVID, we don't want to be licking envelopes, and they don't taste very nice anyway. But I use this little bit of water on the end of the brush and just run that along the sticky part, and then they seal up really well. So that's our beautiful envelopes. We also too have the clear envelopes. We've got the packets of these clear envelopes. They come in a pack of 50, and I put any cards that I am posting, I put into one of these clear envelopes, and these seal up. They actually have a seal, an adhesive seal on them, and then they fit inside of those envelopes, and then I mail them that way. So that way my cards are protected when I mail them, because I've actually received a few cards over the years that have got caught in the bad weather, in the rain. They haven't been in a plastic, and the whole card has been totally ruined. And it's so sad when somebody has, you know, spent the time to make you a handmade card for it to be ruined in the weather. So yeah, so if you haven't checked those out, check those out. You'll find them in our Paper Basics, the envelopes. So clear envelopes, and then we've got the very vanilla or the basic white envelopes. Okay, so let me give you all of the measurements for all of these pieces. Where's my measurements? Here we go. All right, so we have got a base of Crumb Cake cardstock. Now this time we are having a tent fold card, so it's going to be opening up that way. So it measures 29.7 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. So basically it's a piece of A4 cardstock cut lengthways. And then we're going to score and fold that at 14.85 centimeters to give us that lovely tent fold. Okay, then we've just got a simple, well actually I've got the pieces here for the insert as well, so I will give you, they're the same measurements, but I've just got 2 of each. So we've got a piece, our layering piece of early espresso, and this one measures 9.9 centimeters by 14.25 centimeters. So I've got one for the outside and then one for the insert, because I like to layer up my inserts. Oh, I've ended up with, there's 3. That's the missing piece I was looking for last night. I knew there was another piece laying around somewhere. And then we've got our piece that we're going to stamp on, and this piece is 9.6 centimeters by 13.95 centimeters, and that gives us a little 1.5 millimeter border around the edge there. So it's the same measurements for the front pieces and the insert. Okay, so we've got 2 of each of those pieces. And then the piece that we're using to stamp our flowers and our little bird onto, this piece is half of a card front piece actually. So it measures 5.25 centimeters by 14.85 centimeters. Okay, so that's all that you need. Then we've got some Rhinestone basic jewels. I've just used 3 on my original piece. These ones were already pre-cut to 5 from my original kit, so I'm just using what I had. But yeah, it's up to you how many you put on. I'm just using 3 today. And then of course we've got our twine to make a little bow, so you don't need much of that. I'm just going to tie it straight off the spool today. I didn't measure the twine in advance. Okay, so that's all the pieces we need. Pretty easy today. So we're going to go ahead and do our stamping. So we're going to leave out all of our very vanilla pieces, and we'll bring in our envelope too, and we'll do all of that together. Now, because we're using a photopolymer stamp set, it is a great idea to use a Stampin' Pierce mat underneath the images that you're underneath the cardstock, sorry, for the images that you're stamping, because this will give you a bit of cushioning. The photopolymer stamp sets don't have much give in them because they don't have the foam behind them like our red rubber stamps do. So this gives them that foam cushioning, which gives you a much nicer stamped image. So I'm just going to use a little piece of small grid paper on there as well to protect my surface. And we'll go ahead and do our stamping. So I'll do the front first, the front of the card, and then we'll stamp all of the other pieces. So I've got all my stamps here ready, all lined up, ready to go. I'm going to stamp the swirl first in soft suede. Okay, so we'll leave that one open just there. I'll move my cardstock away actually. Now this swirl stamp is quite large. It's a bit bigger than the actual stamp pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamp pad to the stamp this time. So turning the stamp pad upside down and just tapping that all over the surface of my stamp to give a good even coverage of ink. There we go. And then we're going to have the large part of that swirl at the bottom. And I'm popping this up a little bit of an angle up here like so. Give that a nice firm press down into the cardstock. Trying not to rock your stamp so that you don't get any smudging or blurring. There we go, beautiful. Now that'll lighten up just a little bit as that ink dries. So pop that over there. And while we're there with the soft suede ink, we'll stamp our sentiment. I'm just stamping the sentiment straight on to the base today, making it super easy. So we're just going to stamp it down here in the bottom right hand corner. There we go, beautiful. Love that font too actually. And also while we're there with that color, we'll stamp our little birdie. So for our little birdie, we've got the little bird and we've got the tummy. I'll show you those on the front of the stamp set. So you got the little bird here, and then this is the color fill for the tummy of the bird if you want to make the bird a color. So I'm going to stamp the outline in, I'll just move that over, bring this up here. I'm going to stamp the outline in soft suede. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp an additional one on here in case I decide to fussy cut it like I did on my original card, but I'm also going to stamp one directly here. onto the base or onto the card front. Okay, so I'm just inking that up with the soft suede. I'm going to stamp this one here on this swirl. There we go. Just placing it just so that it's just off the tip of that little swirl there. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this. I've put my stamps one on each side of the block here. I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to ink that back up again with soft suede, but this time I'm going to stamp it off. This is what we call stamping it off to make it a lighter color. So 1, 2, so doing that twice. So then stamping into the body of the bird to give it a lighter color. And we'll do the same with our extra little bird here. So 1, 2, so we're using the 3rd generation of stamping. There we go. Okay, so there's our little bird. So then you can decide if you just want to have the bird stamped directly onto the surface there, which is super easy, or you can fussy cut that out or hand cut that out and adhere that on separately. So we've got that part. So while we've got our dark color ink out, let's stamp the insert as well. Now for the insert, I'm just stamping part of the swirl here. Okay, so we'll just do that before we clean our swirly stamp. So we're just going to ink up the top part of that, and this time we can take it to the ink pad because we don't need to ink up the whole stamp. And then this is a great idea to have some paper underneath you, some scrap paper, because we're going to be stamping off the edge of that, and just stamp that swirl into the bottom corner there, like so. Okay, now while we've got our little bird out, let's do our little bird again. So this is our insert that we're stamping now. We're going to stamp our little bird up here. There we go. We'll do the color fill again like we did before. So we'll go 1st generation, 2nd generation, and I'm going to stamp the 3rd generation into our bird. Okay, so there we go. All right, so finish with a little birdie. Now with the envelope, so that's the first part of our insert. With the envelope, while we've got that out, let's stamp that too. Now we're using the swirl again. I'm going to ink up that same portion of the swirl, that top part. This time I'm going to stamp it off a little bit to make it a little bit lighter on my envelope. Now you can stamp it at the same intensity if you want to, but I'm going to make my envelope just a little bit lighter because it's an envelope. So on that bottom corner, and then we'll do the same again. I'm going to turn it around and do that top left-hand corner. Oops, didn't quite do that one right, but that's okay. All right, I don't have a birdie on the front of this one. I'm going to add in a butterfly though. I have a little tiny butterfly, which is this one here. So we've got the butterfly and the colored fill part. So we're going to stamp the little butterfly. We're going to stamp 2 of those. So I'll pop one down here and one over here, and then flip. Oh, well, actually, no, we need to have that up the right way. Is that up the right way? Yes. Lucky I checked. Lucky it was, I should say, because I didn't check. One there and one down there. And then I've got the color fill on the other side, so I'll flip that over and ink that back up. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did before with the bird, and I'm going to just stamp that off twice and fill in the color of my butterfly. Whoops, 2. There we go. And we'll do the same with these ones. So 1, 2, and in there, ink, 1, 2. This is a great way of getting different shades of color using the one ink pad. By stamping off some of that heavier color, you can make lighter colors. So there we go. So our envelope has got those beautiful butterflies and the swirls, and we're going to add a little bit of something else, but we're adding that in the crumb cake. So let's close up our soft suede. We've finished with that now, And we will just clean those stamps that we just used because we're finished with those designs now. So I'll ink off any excess ink, give them a little bit of a clean. There we go. So yeah, so this is a great stamp set for those of you who might be new to stamping, who want something really quick and easy. You want lots of options though, because you've got all of those beautiful designs that you can put together or use individually on cards. So this is a really great stamp set for that. And as I said before, this one will be available from the 4th of January until the end of June, because it's going to be in the January to June 2022 mini catalogue. So give those stamps all a clean. Now that dark color ink will stain up your stamps just a little bit because of the photopolymer. It tends to hold some of that pigment in the ink, so they'll become a little bit pinky looking, pinky tinged, but that's okay as long as you've cleaned them off on your chamois or whatever you're using for your cleaning. Then you'll know that it's nice and clean. Don't worry too much if it gets a little bit stained with that ink. It'll still work perfectly well. Okay, all right, so we'll move those ones over. Oh, I forgot to clean my sentiment. Let me just do that quickly now. So I love this Simply Chamois for cleaning my stamps. It's super quick and easy. And then I just give it a wash out each week and remove any of that excess ink. Again, it does stain up too, but as long as you remove the excess ink that's sitting within the chamois, it does a beautiful job of cleaning your stamps. All right, so let's bring in now the Crumb Cake Ink. So we'll open that one up and we're going to do some other stamping. So now I'm going to use the little flower here with the color fill, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping with that one. So where have I put that? Let's see. Oh, and also the flowers too. This large flower, the 4-petal flower, and the color fill for that one as well. Okie dokie, here we go. All right, so we'll go back to, so that's our insert, that's our extra piece, that's our card front. So go back to our card front piece and I'll turn this over so that you can see that a little bit better. There we go. So we're going to add those little flowers now, and we're going to do the same sort of thing. So this time we're using the Crumb Cake ink and we're going to add a few of those flowers. So we're going to ink up the outline in Crumb Cake and we're going to add them to the swirl. So you can see through the photopolymer stamp so that you can line them up so that they look like they're coming off that main swirl. So just going to add a few of these here and there. Oops, I just got a little bit of extra ink on my block there. I'm just going to clean that so that I don't get that on my image. This is another good thing to use the chamois for, is to just clean your blocks off if you get a little bit of excess ink on them. We'll add one down here and another one over here. There we go, okay. And so then we will do our color fill. So I'll flip that over with my other stamp. Now this time, did I stamp off? I didn't write this down. Yes, I did, I stamped off. So same as before, so that's the first generation, and this time we're stamping the second generation because it's a lighter color and filling in that color. Okay. So second generation, so first, stamp it off. And when you're stamping it off, you only tap it, you only sort of press it lightly onto your scrap paper, and you don't want to hold it there because the longer you hold it there, the more ink will actually come off the stamp. So you just want to remove, oh, I've got more ink on there again in the middle of that block. It's because I'm using such a large block with a tiny stamp. There we go. So we just go stamp just really quickly like that. Turn this upside down so you can see to line that up. Stamp off and do that last one. There we go. Okay, so that's the basis of our, oh, you know what, I forgot to stamp the butterfly near the sentiment actually. I'll come back to that. Don't let me forget, I've got to add the butterfly. All right, so that's that one. And then we will do the insert. So we're going to do the same with the insert. Oops, I'm just having a look on my original to see where I stamped those. Make sure I do them in the same spot. All right, so we're going to have one over here and one down here, and one over here. There we go, and then we'll fill them in with the color. So stamp off and second generation, ink up, stamp off, ink up, stamp off. See, if I say it out loud, then I don't forget to do it. There we go. So that's all we're doing on our insert. So our insert is ready now. And we're just going to do our envelope. So let's do that while we've got this out. So we're going to add a few here to our envelope. So we'll add one up here, just like we did with the insert. Down here and over here. Oops, got to get in around our little butterfly there. There we go. So turn that around to do the top one in the same way. So we'll do one going off here. I love this stamp set. It's like a builder stamp set. So you can start with the main swirl and then you can just add the other little stamps and just build on it. It's really cool. There we go. All right, and now we'll fill them all in with our color. So we'll turn that over. We'll remember to stamp that off. Stamp off. Stamp off. Turn that one around. There we go. Stamp off. Do you like to decorate your envelopes? Let me know in the comments if you like to decorate your envelopes. You do have to be careful if you are decorating your envelopes where you place your embellishing, because of course you need space still for the address. Whoops, need to place the address on there as well. So there we go. So that's our envelope finished. Okay, so that one's all done and the insert's all done. So now we just have to finish the rest of our card. Great. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we'll stamp, while we've got the crumb cake out, we'll come back and add that butterfly in a minute, which I forgot. We're going to stamp 3 of the large flowers. Oh, my 2 blocks are stuck together. Oh, hey Fee, how you going? Awesome, lovely stamping to brighten your day. Yeah, how are you feeling? Oh, hey Danielle, you're here as well. Great to have you both here, ladies. All right, so I'm going to pop this into my punch. Now I've got to check on my punch which way the flowers go. That way. Okay, so they're sort of that way. So we're going to do 3 of these lovely flowers. So 1. We're leaving a little bit of space because I'll show you why when we go to punch them. Oh, might not have left enough space around my birdie. Let's put that up there. Okay, and now we're going to use that color fill section to stamp inside the flowers. And we're going to do what we did on the last one. So we're going to ink it up, stamp it off, and then just add a bit of color. Isn't that easy? It's a really easy way of adding color to your stamped images without needing too many, you know, other coloring tools and things like that. As I said, of course you can use other coloring tools if you want to, but you don't need to with this 2-step stamping. All right, and I'm going to bring back in my soft suede to do my butterfly because I missed my little butterfly on the front here. Bring that butterfly back in and I'll just pop that to the side, bring this front panel back in, and we're just going to pop a little butterfly down here. There we go, and we'll do the color fill like we did before. Ink off. Oh wait, I didn't ink that up properly. First generation, second generation, and we're taking the third generation onto our butterfly. There we go, just so it's not too heavy. Okay, so let's give all of those a bit of a clean. Good idea to clean them straight away, especially when you're using dark colors, just so that it eliminates excess staining. You might get a little bit of staining on your stamps, might make them turn a little bit pink, and that's okay. But if you clean them straight away, then that helps to stop them from getting too stained. Some of the deeper pigment inks will stain up the photopolymer much more quickly. The red rubber stamps don't tend to stain as easily, but the photopolymer, it's quite a porous material, so it does tend to hold some of those strong pigments, but it doesn't affect how they stamp. They still work perfectly well. You just have to clean that surface ink off them. There we go. Beautiful. That's how easy it is with your Simply Chamois to clean your stamps. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in these flowers and punch them, but before I do, I'm going to just quickly fussy cut my little bird out of here, because if I'm actually just going to chop him out really roughly to begin with. If I leave him on there, I might accidentally punch him with the punch as I'm doing my flowers, so I'll put him to the side. Now bringing in this beautiful punch, which I showed you at the beginning, and as I said, this one does fit these stamped images. So we're going to pop our flowers in here. Now you'll notice, because this is a builder punch, oh, I might need to take off a little bit off the bottom of that to fit that image in. Wait, what if I go this way? Maybe I put in at the wrong angle. Yeah, I did. Wait, let's start at the other end. Because this is a builder punch and it's punching out more than one image at a time, you have to be careful of your placement of your flowers and not put them too close together. Otherwise, these extra bits here, the leaf bits, they will cut out your into your next flower. Oh, I didn't get these in the right orientation, did I, when I put them in? I thought I was doing so well getting them well lined up. So what I'll do is I'll just cut a little bit of excess cardstock off the bottom here, just roughly. I'm just going to snip that away so that I can get my cardstock in there and get the flower lined up. There we go, that's better. All right, so then we just turn that around in the punch there. Oh, still got a little bit of excess cardstock. Didn't line that up well, did I? That's okay, it's easily fixed. So then we just line them up in the punch and just getting that lined up. There we go. Oh, now see, I've got this, the next flower here. If I continue to punch that, I can just see the edge of that flower on that leaf there. That's going to punch out that next flower. So what I'm going to do, because I didn't space them out as I should have, I'll cut that one off. I'll use a little sticky note as a handle for this one. Got some sticky notes right here. I'll just attach a little sticky note to the back there, and we'll pop that piece back in. We'll do that again. I should have worked that out a little bit better than what I did. But if you want to just, if you don't have this punch, you can just fussy cut the flowers. Oops. Or if you wanted to, you can just simply stamp them straight onto the base. You don't even have to have them punched out if you don't want to. So there's our first one. And let's see how we go with the other two. See if I've got them better spaced. Oh, I think they're better spaced out. There we go. It's because I put the little birdie on there. All right. It's because I had the bird on there before and I cut that out. That sort of took up a bit of the space that I think I should have stamped him a little bit closer into the corner, and then it would have all been good. There we go. See? All fixed. No problem. We still got that. We still got all of those pieces out of that one piece, so that was good. All of those stamped images. All right, so we'll get rid of all these extra little bits and pieces of cardstock that we don't need. Okay, so there we've got our 3 flowers and we've got our little bird. So we can either fussy cut that bird or we can leave it just stamped on the base. To fussy cut it, it's quite easy to cut this little bird. It's a pretty good shape to cut, like an easy shape to cut. I like to just leave a little border around the edge when I'm fussy cutting. But as I said, if you don't like fussy cutting, because I know that some people don't like to fussy cut, you can simply just stamp these images straight onto that card front that we've already created with that swirl. Just add it to there. There we go. So around the beak, and these are sort of a very, I don't know, would you call them whimsical? Maybe not whimsical design of stamped image. It's really lovely. Something a little bit different. There we go. So there's our little bird. That didn't take too long to cut that out. Okay, so there's our three pieces. Now I'm going to use the Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to shape these flowers a little bit just to make them pop up a little bit off the card. To do that, I'm going to use the attachment on my Take Your Pick tool, which is the stylus attachment. And it's got two sizes of stylus. So it's got the large one, which I'm going to use for shaping. The smaller one is good for if you need to score. If you're doing like 3D projects and things, the smaller tip is good for that. I'm going to use the larger tip. I'm just going to go into the center of the flower and just go in a circular motion as I'm pushing down slightly, just to make those petals of those flowers pop up. Okay, that's as easy as that is. If you haven't seen the Take Your Pick tool, it is an awesome tool. I've actually got a couple of them here, but they do have interchangeable pieces. So as you saw, that one was the stylus. Then we've also got this piece too, which has a paper piercing end, which I use a lot to pick up embellishments and things like that. Or if you're working with brads, you can use that to poke holes in your cardstock. It's got this spatula end, which is also great for picking up embellishments. Or if you adhere to pieces of cardstock together using a dry adhesive, such as the Stampin' Seal or the tear and tape, you can actually use that to, if you stick things down in the wrong spot, you can use that to pry them apart gently. Be careful, because I have done it a couple of times where I've used a really strong adhesive and I've actually broken mine. This is my new one. So yeah, just be very gentle when you do it. Don't be too rough. And then on the other end, we have a putty attachment, which this is great for picking up small items, small pieces of cardstock. As you can see, it's a little bit like blue tack on the end, or picking up sequins. This is great for picking up sequins. And then this screws out, and there's also a die brush attachment, which you can screw into there for removing all those tiny little pieces out of some of those very fine detailed dies. So that's the Take Your Pick tool. That's a great tool to have in your toolkit. But let's get back onto our card. All right, so there's all of our pieces ready to go. And here is our card. All right, so we've got our card front. We'll put one of these pieces aside for our insert. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we've finished all of our stamping. As I said, I already stamped my little birdie on there. So if you're happy just with your bird just stamped there directly, just do that. You can do the same with the flowers as well. Just stamp them on your swirl if you'd like to. I just wanted to add a bit of dimension and a bit of pop to my card. So that's why I've done them separately as well. So we'll adhere this to our early espresso base. I'm just going to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal, which is one of our tape runners, and we'll just apply the adhesive to the back there. Now if you've got, you can use liquid glue for this, you can use tear and tape, depending on the type of adhesive that you prefer. And we're just going to line this up. Now we only have a small little 1.5 millimeter border around this one, so we'll just, oops, I think I put that down slightly. Oh no, there we go. Slightly off, but that's okay. All right, there we go. And then we're just going to adhere this to our card front. There we go. All right, so we'll pop that on our card front. If you wanted to pop this layer up onto dimensionals to give an added dimension to your card, you could. Just be wary of dimension when you're posting cards, especially here in Australia. If you get 2 layers of dimension or a layer of dimension and then a layer of embellishments, you will be paying a bit more to post your card through the mail. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue and I'm going to add these flowers. So just pop a little bit of glue onto the back of my flowers there. And we'll pop this one up here. There we go. And then we'll put this one here. And see how the petals are curling up now because we used our stylus tool on them to give that little bit of dimension. And then we'll pop this one down here. There we go. Now with our little birdie, you can either, as I said, leave it like that, or you can pop this one up. I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals and I'll just show you how that looks up on dimensionals. I'm going to use my take your pick tool, I like to call it the pokey end, but it's actually the paper piercing end, to pick up my dimensionals. And then we'll take those backings off. Pop up our little birdie there. And we're going to just place that over the stamped image that we've already created. There we go. Beautiful. Now to finish off, we are going to add some of these rhinestones in the centers of the flowers, give them a little bit of a bling. Oops, thought I had that one and I missed it. Come on, there we go. Okay, there we go. Pop the lid back on that one. And now we are going to finish that off with a little bow. So I'll take my twine. I'm getting out the Crumb Cake twine from my Baker's Twine Essential Pack. So get the Crumb Cake twine from there. And we're just going to simply tie a little bow. Okay. So let's just tie a little bow here. And this will just add just a little bit of ribbon. I do like to put ribbon and bling on every project. If you didn't want to add the ribbon or the twine, I should say, you don't have to. Whoops. It's just a Mandy thing of having ribbon and bling on every card. I think I did one just recently that didn't have any ribbon on it, and it felt so weird to me not to have ribbon on my project, because most projects I do have ribbon and bling. So sometimes with this twine, because it's a twine and so it's a twisted twine, sometimes you've just got to manipulate the bow a little bit to get it to sit. So you might need to just do it a couple of times to get it to sit right, because it's a twine rather than a ribbon. So it's, there we go. I think that's, yeah, that's good. All right, and then we'll just trim up, well, we'll pop it on first and then we'll trim up the ends actually. So to adhere that, I'm going to use a little bit of mini glue dots. And the glue dots here, they're on a roll. So you open up the roll like this and you'll find them here on the sheet. And if you just roll that into a ball, you can either use your fingers or use your take your pick tool and just roll that into a ball. That right on the end there, and then you can just pop that down where you would like to adhere your twine. And the reason I do it into a ball for the twine is because the twine is quite fine. If I'm doing ribbon, I just leave the glue dots flat, but if I'm doing twine, I do roll it into a ball. All right, and then just pop your twine down there like so, and then you can trim up the ends to the length that you want them. Oh, these scissors are getting blunt. I've got to swap these out for my other ones. I keep forgetting to do that. And then the ends of my twine, I like to separate those ends just to give a little bit of added texture to my card, but you can leave them blunt on the ends if you'd like to. This is just an added little step that I like to do with my twine when I work with twine. There we go, just separating those fibers. There's about 6 fibers in each of those pieces of twine. There we go, so that's the front done. Now let's do our insert. Our insert is already stamped, so we're just going to layer those pieces together. Okay, so we're going to put the vanilla onto, I've got sticky fingers. The vanilla is going to go onto the early espresso again with that 1.5mm border around the edge. There we go. Then we're just going to stick that into the inside of our card. And this time we're having a 3mm border around the edge. There we go. And we've got our envelope ready to go. Oh, you know what I didn't do on the envelope? I didn't stamp the flower. I won't worry about doing it now. I'll do it later. But what I did on my original one was I stamped a little flower on the back as well to coordinate with the card. So let's swap out the envelopes. There we go. So there we go. So there we have our envelope, our beautiful card with our insert already done, ready to go. We only use 2 colors of ink. We can just pop up these little flowers a little bit more, so we've got a little bit of dimension there. So we've got a bit of dimension, a bit of texture on our card. That just all adds to the beauty of your card. So there you go. So again, that is using the Sentimental Swirl stamp set, which is going to be available from the Mini Catalogue on the 4th of January. So look out for that one. It's code 157996 if you missed that before. Oh, you love it, Matthew. Thank you. I'm glad that you do. Thank you so much. But yeah, this would be great to do in other colors as well. I was just keeping it very simple. And as I said, I was modeling it off a card that I had made a few years ago. And yeah, they're the colors that I had used, or similar colors to what I had used before. And so I thought, yeah, that would be really good to just recreate that using a brand new stamp set. And as I said, you've got additional swirls here. As you saw, I added those flowers onto this swirl. You can add any of these other little items onto that swirl to make it different every time. You can add leaves, you can add the other little flowers. There's different types of leaves. There's added swirls. If you want some added swirls on some of these other parts, you can add some swirls. They go in both directions. So it's a really cool stamp set, lots of fun to play with. So I look forward to making some other different designs with this one. So there you go. All right, so look out for that one in the new Mini Catalogue on the 4th of January 2021. That's where you'll find it, in this one here. Sorry, 2022. Mini Catalogue, January to June 2022. I'm forgetting what year it is already. That's a worry, isn't it? All right, so I will flip the camera back up. As I said, if you are shopping with me, remember to go to my blog, mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. Click on the shop button up there. While you're there on my blog too, feel free to have a look around at some of my blog posts for other creative inspiration. If you haven't subscribed yet to my newsletter, you'll see a button there at the top right hand side to click on to subscribe to my newsletter so that you can stay updated with all of the latest Stampin' Up! News, with my upcoming classes, new product, all of those things. Be sure to subscribe to my newsletter there as well. Alrighty, so I will cover up the camera and I'll flip back up so that I can say goodbye to you all. There we go. Bear with me for one moment while I readjust the, oh, that's squeaky. Readjust my camera for you all. Okay, so we'll flip those cameras back around. Get some light happening. There we go. Alrighty. So there's my lovely card. So what do you think? Do you like that one? pretty, isn't it? I love that stamp set, how you can just build on it. It's so cool. So much you can do with it. And that little bird is just really adorable. There you go. Oh, thank you, Robin. Thanks, Fee. Thanks, Megan. Great. I'm glad that you all like that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm happy to have you all along. It's always fun to craft along with friends and have a little chat as we go. So I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas, that you have a safe new year. Hopefully you all get a bit of crafting in there as well. I'm hoping to do a bit of crafting. Oh, thank you so much, Matthew. Matthew said really beautiful card. Thank you. I'm hoping to get in a little bit of crafting just for fun. Do some things for myself over the little break that I'll be having. So I will be back on the 3rd of January 2022. Today, I'm around today. I'll be here for the rest of the day today if anyone has any questions or needs anything. Aside from that, if there's anything urgent, still send me a message. I will be checking them from time to time, as I said before, but I just might not be getting back to you straight away while I just take a little break. I'll still be posting up some content and things like that for you, so I won't be too far away, but I will be back on the 3rd of January. So have a beautiful Christmas, everyone. Have a blessed time. Stay safe. And I hope that you are able to enjoy your time spending with family, or however you celebrate. And just remember to stay safe. And yeah, as I always say, happy crafting, everyone. We'll see you back on the 3rd of January. Take care, everyone. God bless. Bye-bye.